everybody's free to write what they have to say.
Yeah, and see, that's my point. I mean, yeah, you have the right to write whatever you want, you know, but also I have the right to, you know, to refuse your service. It's, you know, I don't want to pay for something that, you know, doesn't represent the American interest, and for something that tries to impose something, you know, that it's against my interest.
Well, if you don't mind me asking, how do you get your news?
Oh, excuse me?
Yeah. Hold on, please.
Sorry. I'm in charge of that. He's not. We're getting the news from a different newspaper, and we are writing about stuff that we're interested in. And we're getting our news from the radio for the most part, I would say. But as far as LA Times, we had it before, and we're not going to have it again. That's just about the end of it. And I think that you guys kind of pulled the last straw on us when it was this big, huge story that all the TV stations in the United States as a nation were presenting how the two guys, it was the 16 years old, the 20 years old, and the father. They were coming from a barbecue with the family, and they were killed by that illegal alien, 21 years old.
Oh, you're saying we did not report that?
No, you guys didn't report that. Actually, as a matter of fact, there was this person that apparently she was signed with you guys for years and years, and she called one of your editors, and the idiot, because I can call him a different name than an idiot, he was just disgusting, that he was acting like, oh no, we don't know anything about it, and you know, I mean, I don't even know why you're calling me to tell me about this.
Well, no, I don't mean to argue with you, but I recall them putting that article in the news.
Oh no, they actually had it on June 26th. They talked about how something like that happened.
Okay.
Nothing about the illegal guy, nothing. And you know what? In my opinion, I even told my husband, I said, you know what? You don't have to, you know, tell them, because I'm sure they don't care what we're saying anyway. But when a person tells you and then you have a second one tell you the same thing, I think you should change your structure, the way you present news in your newspaper.
Yeah,
and everything.
I'm not in charge of that. I'm just like
I know, and it's not your fault. But you know what? I know you can take this word a little bit further than this, and you can let them know that, you know, people are not going to subscribe. At least we
sure
won't.
They know. I mean, I bet you guys aren't the first to tell me something similar to this, like that the paper's conservative, that they don't report on big news, like, you know, news that nobody else reports on and stuff like that, you know?
Yeah, and you know what? That was sad, because this is one family that's an American family that basically she had a total of 4 kids, and now she's a single mom left with 1 girl and 1 boy.
And I read the story.
And it was heartbreaking when I heard her story on KFI, which was the first radio station that I heard on. I was crying. I'm like, oh my God, this is despicable. I'm like, this, you know. He's not a human being. He's just I think an animal that can kill somebody.
He had just gotten out of juvenile hall for
exactly. But this is he was arrested like 4 times already. Yeah, and he's on the street. I mean, it was awful. It broke my heart. I was basically crying when I heard it on the radio. And it was people that were calling in crying with this woman because she was, I mean, oh my God. And LA Times had no compassion whatsoever. They didn't even freaking bother to do something, at least after they talked about it at KFI, to go and throw something in there. Like, they don't give a shit because they are protecting the fucking, oh, I'm sorry, you know. The mayor of LA, which is an idiot, and all he talks about is how they wash toilets because they are not educated, and they are, you know, basically they never went to school. Well, if you never went to school, then obviously you're going to wash toilets because you're not good for anything else. I'm like, I went to school, I studied in my life, I have a very good job at an office in the United States.
We are immigrants too, but
we came from a different country too. We're not from here, as you can tell by the accent. We're from Romania, but guess what? I went to school, I'm working in an office, I'm a supervisor, so hey, wow, you know, you get what you learn. But this is just, I'm sorry, but LA Times need to change their way around, because if they don't, believe me, they're going to start losing customers. And I think a lot of people are calling the radio stations and they're talking about you guys. And I don't see this going very well for you. I don't know. I mean, I don't care anyway, but I think they should be a little bit worried.
Oh, I know that a lot of people don't want to subscribe. I mean, all day long I deal with trying to get people to buy, and I do get the same complaints over and over.
Yeah, my husband said it very clear. Why don't you call the illegals? Because obviously you stand up for their rights. Then why do you call me? Because I'm a citizen.
I an outgoing call system, I don't choose who I call.
Yeah, I know, but you know what? Just make a note of this call in your computer because eventually they're going to wake up to reality.
Yeah.
Sooner or later, maybe they're going to do it. Who knows?
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry you feel that way. I mean, hopefully the LA Times will realize what they're doing and will change.
Hopefully we hope for the best. When they're going to change, that's when we're going to subscribe. And that's when I'm going to be interested in reading one of their freaking stories. Because so far, this was one of the most painful stories I heard ever in my life. And they don't give a crap about it. And you know what? That tells me right there that they don't give a crap about me as an American citizen.
Yes, I see.
So, sorry about that, but you know what? Call us back whenever they change their mind on...
Yeah, I mean, we'll call back eventually. Maybe by then things will change.
Hopefully, you know?
Yes.
For the sake of their newspaper, if they still want to be in business, I guess.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your call, though.
All right, well, thank you.
You have a good night.
That was interesting.
Bye-bye.
All right, you have a good night.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.